Right, so I've changed to a tiny wee black fly. Still probably bigger than what's the fish are rising to, but it's about the nearest thing I've got. So there was a fish moving underneath this bit of tree here. But as usual, by the time I've waded up here, I've scared it off. There rose a couple of fish here, but they didn't take the fly. It's a lovely pool, but I think it's actually very still. Kind of hard to present the fly. It gives a lot of time to look at it, and then we need somewhere a bit quicker. So I'm going to have a wander down the river and see if we can spot anything rising further down. It's a lovely walk actually here. Lovely to be down by the river, very calming. Need something calming in the cost of living crisis, to use their jargon. Right, so there was a fish rising here, but as usual I was too noisy and it stopped rising. So let's hope it starts again. So there is a fish rising there near my fly. It was about 2 foot too short, but it's not very big, I don't think. Or it's just taking wee sips, it's sometimes hard to tell. There's a rock there, and sometimes the fish sit in the eddy behind the rock. Oh, what? Fish rises and then doesn't take the fly. Not sure what's going on. I mean, the water's darker today, so I mean you should have a chance. When it's really clear, they can often see that it's not a real fly. Right, so there's a fish risen a couple of times, really over the far side. I'm not even sure if I can cast that far, but have a go. There we go. Hooked itself. Wow, that was spectacular. It's not a bad fish either. God, what is it doing? Must be the most aerobatic trout I think I've ever caught. Oh, that's a nice wee trout there. That's a nice one, isn't it? That's our nice wee fish, lovely. More of those lice things, look. All seems to have them. Well, we got a fish on the dry. Yeah, the fly's just fallen to bits. Right, so that fish shredded that fly that I tied. So it was only one fish I had on the fly, and it only took 10 minutes to tie, so it doesn't really matter. But I've changed to a little brown one now. And I'm not sure if that fish was the only one across there or whether there's some more. I'll just have a couple of casts and see. There is wee brown flies on the water sometimes, but I've not seen many tonight. You never know though. Oh, there's a fish. What do you know? Very gentle sit, that one. That's a slightly better fish, I think, this one. Maybe not. Good enough. A little bit smaller than the other one, but yeah, still very welcome. Oh, nice wee fish. Well, there she is, the brown cow. Attentive Annie, it's called. It's a right pain. Seems to have chilled out a bit more these days, but must have been bottle fed. Nice couple hours by the river in the summer evenings anyway. No work tomorrow, so I can stay out as late as I want, maybe fish into the dusk. So I might just be things are getting a bit desperate, but it's getting dark and it's now raining, so that's not, rain isn't really normally good for catching fish on dry flies. Put the flies off, but you never know. There you go. Well, rain obviously doesn't put them off. Not really big. Nice wee trout. None of those horrible sucker things or lice on it at least. Oh, there you go, 3 fish on the fly, on the dry, sorry, on the fly, of course on the fly. Oh, was a fish. Come off. Another fish. I don't think it's particularly big, about half a pound, but nice wee fish. I haven't actually seen it yet. Yeah, nice wee fish. Oh, there we go, it's come off. Oh, small brown fly seems to work. Good. I'll count that as a fish because it was almost there. What's that, 4 fish? Not bad on the dry. Missed 5. Makes you wonder. There's just been this huge splash that made me jump out my skin, and it was a duck with 4 babies. Just obviously saw me and became frightened and turned around. Oh, I thought it was maybe a fish, and then I didn't know what it was. But yeah, big splash. Oh well, I'm just about to pack up. As you can see, it's dark. It's not been too bad a go though. 4 fish. Only had 1 fish in the last half a dozen fishing trips before this, so yeah, it's not bad. Nice to relax on the river for 3 or 4 hours. There we go. Feisty, but not very big. Oh well, 5 fish, that's not bad, that'll do. On that note, time to go.